Yeah, it was a professional performance. Banked 4 points. And excuse me, sorry. What's really important about that is we've locked up our top 4 position now. We can't lose top 4, so we're guaranteed a double chance. And then, obviously, from here it's 2 weeks to improve our football. And can we win and other results that potentially go higher? But for the minute, that will suffice. A double chance when you start the home and away. It's an aim to get a double chance, and it's reward for the players' effort. But there's still 2 games to go. Really difficult assignment next week against Port Adelaide. That will be hungry to win, to keep their position in the 8, and they play really well, coached by Ken. Clearly, I think all of us would say he's coach of the year, and he's got a young, hungry group. So it's a really good challenge for us.
Change focus at all, knowing you are in that for you. Is that the aim? Focus on what you can do there?
No, we'll keep going around in the same manner, but obviously if we have to manage it or anyone's at risk, it makes it a bit easier with the calls. But so straight up, I think we talk about Aaron and Hayden, because everyone's going to ask that question, which is fair enough. So Aaron's copped a knock to the head really early in a marking contest and has gone to hospital and had a scan. It doesn't look great. I couldn't tell you exactly what it is, but it looks like a cheekbone. And then from there, we're really confident. I've seen players, I've seen Stephen Milne with 2 fractured cheekbones play the next week. So there's real, and with us, Mick Barlow. So we know you can play with him, but potentially he could miss 1, 2, but he'll certainly be available when the whips are cracking. So that's really positive. Is my understanding. If that would change, we would update you. And then Hayden, fell over, just wrenched his shoulder a bit. He's had a wrist reconstruction before, so we thought it might have been that, but he's okay. He's a bit upset. Just the shoulder, just a little bit of a sublux, but he'll be fine as well. We've had plenty of players with them, and so we're really positive and optimistic. But again, will he play this week, or because of the position we're in, you're really able to look after him and get him ready for when the whips are cracking. So that's basically where it sits.
Aaron, no luck really all year in terms of get out there and play. What does it do for him now, trying to get some sort of preparation?
Well, it interrupts him, but as John Kennedy said, anything above the shoulders doesn't count. So he was a pretty fair coach, and these players were pretty tough and prepared well. So Aaron will be able to, once he settles, our first priority is Aaron's health for himself and his family. So once we take care of that and we acknowledge all that and he's okay, we'll then put him in the work, and he'll run and work, and he'll be fine. No, that's a really good point. Yeah, he had a few truck stops along the way. He got sick of steak sandwiches, but yes, which is a good point, and that might be the case with Aaron, but I'm not sure.
Zach Clark, he asked him to step up earlier this year, and he's done that again today.
Yeah. Like all our group, I think the whole group's growing, and his ability to shoulder the mantle is really strong, and he's a different dimension. He's a superb athlete. He runs like a midfielder, agility of a midfielder, and he's starting to take contested marks. So, look, there's obviously bigger challenges than we face today coming. Starts next week with Port. So we'll enjoy tonight. It's a short break, 6 days. Port played yesterday. So we've got a bit to work through, travel and recovery and review-wise. Yeah, I thought the whole team across the board had their moments. He's kicked 4. He took a couple of ripping contested marks, and I think we can all see him building.
Ross, so can you tell us why you're a better side? I know you're 4th. This time last year you're 8th. But you're going to the final series. Why do you think that you're better?
Well, that's a good question. I think there's been natural growth through hard work. We clearly understand how we want to play from the beginning of the year, as opposed to when things clicked in the second half of the year. And those modifications we made last year have carried in to this year. So I think, like Neil was a strong contributor, so I've got some youth. Neil, Sheridan have contributed. The continued growth of Spur and Muzungu, and Walters and those. So it's really just sharing the load and growing across the board and understanding what we're about from the start of the year, rather than have to, new coach, new system, try and adapt. So yeah, it's just been that continuity.
Crowley takes another previous goal, but Nathan Jones is quite
Yeah, and Ryan Crowley was disciplined to his role. It's easy to lose concentration, but if you keep practicing it even when you don't need it, it's going to be there when you need it. So, and I thought that represented the team. You know, we watched Geelong be ruthless and uncompromising against Eagles to secure their spot, so we wanted to go about it in the same manner, and I thought we were quite solid.
Final terms, after 2 weeks, big low goals, really made the win dominant and the big score. With the percentage side of things, we were in Sydney introduced, seen that as significant. Is that something you needed to focus on?
No, not particularly. We haven't spoken about it once. We understand we need to keep winning, and we needed to fix our offence. So, look, again, there's bigger challenges defensively, but there's some really good signs for us.
Those three blokes in McFarlane, Pearce, do you reckon you'll all get them back before the finals?
It's a really good question. McFarlane's definitely around 23, unless there's a hiccup. Ibbotson, we expect him to play every week, and he's getting there, but it hasn't been as quick as we'd like. So potentially you'd see him back this week. And Clancy Pearce will either definitely be this week or the week after if he hits his milestone. So. Yeah, he's gangly, and look, he was a bit sore, but I mean it's a contact sport and part of the business. Yeah. Thanks, guys.